Now your host, Romy Bean, and the coach of the CU Buffs, Deion Sanders.
Snap taken by Shedeur, handoff. No, he keeps it this time to the end zone. Big quarterback goes lumbering into the end zone. There's a little screen off of the left-hand side, caught by Travis, turns a corner, on his way to the end zone, and he leaps into the end zone with joy. Shedeur looks to the right, throws the lob into the back of the end zone. Will Shepard goes up high, makes the grab, touchdown.
They have all day, and they got there that time. The arm was coming forward, the ball is loose. It's picked up by Shedeur Sanders. Walker knocked it free, it's a touchdown.
We don't change with the stakes. You guys change with the stakes. We don't change with the stakes. Like what we're doing right now, we planned on it. We didn't plan on losing 2 games. We didn't plan on those things. We planned on winning. We're not looking for the down the street or down the road to the championship, because if we look that far, we'll never reach our destination.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into Coach Prime's Playbook, here with the head coach of the 7-2 Colorado Buffaloes. I don't know if you heard Joel Klatt saying they've only been 7-2 twice since he played.
That's a blessing.
So this is the 3rd time. Quite the blessing. And what an impressive win. Let's talk about the tortillas. Everything was crazy, but a really hostile environment. But talk to me about your team's ability to thrive and stay calm. And that got pretty crazy.
It did, but it didn't.
Yeah.
We don't care about it, the tortillas. I already enunciated. The water bottles and the other objects, that's the things that concern us, because I don't want any of our young men getting hurt, because not all of them wear their helmets on the sideline, as well as the coaches being hit. But we started out not playing indicative of how we are capable of playing, but the resounding thing, no one panicked. No one flinched, because we knew, okay, we're going to get it together. We're going to get it together. And we have the ball in the second half. So we're going to get it together. And surely, slowly but surely, we did.
We've seen that all year. We even saw that last year, no panic. Where does that come from?
Just trust, preparation, and understand what we do on the practice field, because we know who we are and what we have. Sometimes it just may not click. It could be one person. Miss a block, it could be one person run a wrong route. It could be Shedeur holding the ball, or we missed a read on the hole with the back, or same thing defensively. But sooner or later, we're going to get it together. And we have a great staff, so they're able to make the adjustments tremendously.
You said you've had everything but your mama thrown at you.
Right.
What's the craziest thing you ever had thrown at you?
Probably batteries in baseball, certain things. I remember they were heckling me and throwing stuff. So, you always take a ball out in the outfield to warm up with. So I took a ball out there and I wrote "Your Mama" on it, and I threw it to the guy that was. And he looked at it and he was cussing and screaming.
That's incredible.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm petty. Y'all know I'm petty.
I like it.
And I did it. I did that. I wrote "Your Mama." Yeah.
I'd love to know where that ball is now.
Nah, he probably kept it.
He probably is. Probably up on the mantle. Your defensive line continues to just be incredible. They're swarming every single week. How have you seen this group grow week to week?
They matured because they understand I can't risk being selfish. I just got to do my job, and then we're going to have opportunity. What I mean by that is you don't want to start that going outside your gaps and doing crazy stuff just to try to be psych happy. We got to play the game. We got to attain the lead. Then we could be relentless. Then we have some coverages that allows us to get after the quarterback, and we begin to be relentless as the game goes on, when we have the right score, the right timing, the right calls, and these guys are understanding patience. I just got to be patient and do my job. Let's stop this run. Let's shut them down. We're going to score on offense. Now the game is going to be, we're going to be up 7 or 14 or 10, and they're going to have to throw. Now we can pin our ears back and go.
I ask you about Shedeur all the time, but I want to ask you something different this week. Over the last 2 years here at Colorado, how have you seen him grow?
That's a frequently asked question, and I always answer it the same. It's not about his growth. It's about our growth, because I've been seeing the same kid for a long time, but I see the way we protect now, the way we move the pocket sometimes, the play calling, the keeping them off balance, the different level of receivers that we have. And trust me, when he's holding the ball back there, there's a problem. Something happened. We may not say what all happens, but Shedeur, pre-snap read is unbelievable. He studies so darn much, and Cash could tell you that when he gets up here. But when he is holding the ball, something happened. I promise you.
Yeah. You see that later on the All-22, but fans don't see it.
Yeah.
So, well, this is, like I said, 7-2, such a great time. Everything's right in front of you. What is your message to your players now as they truly control their own destiny?
Focus and consistency.
Yeah.
We got to stay focused, and we got to be consistent in doing the things we're capable of doing. Mari McNeil, I asked him to stand up in the morning meeting. I said, what caused you to play the way you played? He said, my practice habits, my study habits, and I just focused. I say, that's that guy that we just saw out there Saturday, that's the guy we've been waiting on. Do it again.
Yeah.
So it's little gems like that, it's little thresholds like that. Some of the guys on the offensive line graded out their best this past weekend as well. And we just want to keep building. We want to just keep getting better and better as each week goes by.
I'm glad you mentioned the offensive line, because coming up next, we're going to talk to one of the budding stars on the offensive line, the Money Man. I feel like the nickname's just right there. We're going to get to know Cash Cleveland on the other side. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This is Coach Prime's Playbook.
What's harder as a lineman, not getting a holding call or not jumping for a false start?
Ooh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Because you want to get off that ball quick, and you don't want to let him go if he's going to hit you. So I would say holding call. Because at the end of the day, if I have my hands on him, I'm going to want to keep my hands on him. I don't want to let go.
Did you hold anybody this last game?
Yes. And I got away with it. They didn't throw it.
This Cash is balling.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back into Coach Prime's Playbook. We're so excited today to be sitting down with Cash Cleveland. And, well, since we just saw that little bit with Shedeur, let me ask you, what's it like protecting a quarterback like Shedeur Sanders?
It's awesome, protecting a Heisman candidate, it's awesome. Snapping the ball to him, making sure he's got enough time to get the ball off, getting the play from him, making sure we're good, making sure everyone's blocked up, and seeing what he sees from behind me. So when I got the ball and I'm calling out what I call out, he's seeing the same thing and knows where he's protected from and knows where he's hot from. So doing that and us communicating together is just great.
We know what his standards are for all the players around him. Did you feel any pressure when you come in as a walk-on freshman? That Arizona game, you hadn't taken a snap with the starters in practice, Coach told us, which is incredible. What kind of pressure are you feeling at that moment when you're going out there?
Yes, ma'am. I don't really feel pressure because, we're always taught to be ready at any time. So I'm always prepared. And, I studied a lot of film coming into that week, not knowing if I'm playing or not, just in case my number does get called. Because right as it got called, I was prepared instantly. And I just went in there and did my thing.
Cash, why did you choose us?
I chose y'all because I believe in Coach Prime's message and what he's trying to do here.
I ain't actually so you could
that's my honest truth. I believe in what Coach Prime's trying to do here and what he's trying to build, and having a head coach that believes in the same beliefs that I believe. We both have a strong faith, and we believe in our Lord Heavenly Father Jesus Christ, and sharing that with him and knowing that he's a strong man of God and we have that connection. And going out there on the field, I feel no worry. I know his sons are men of God too, so I know I got to protect him, make sure he gets the ball off in time.
When you first saw a window of opportunity that, I could possibly play, because, we had a guy that shut it down, that tapped out, that quit,
Yes,
and now that bumps you up.
Yes, sir.
And you start saying, you know what, I can do this.
Yes, sir.
When did it become real?
It's so surreal because I would hit my knees every night and pray to God that if I get the opportunity, if the opportunity ever presented itself, I would take full advantage of it. So right as my number got called, I was like, this is my time. God called me to do this, and my purpose is playing the game of football, but I always want to spread the word of God because that's who I am as a person.
You do a good job of that.
Yes,
That's
sir.
beautiful. And, of course, you also have a relationship with Jordan Seaton. You played with him over at IMG.
Yes, ma'am.
Curious, did he have any influence in you coming to Colorado? What was that? Any of that?
Yeah, coming out of high school, I didn't really have a lot of looks. I was overlooked because I'm a small offensive lineman, but, it's all about leverage and getting to the perfect angle, perfect point, and I feel like I do a great job of that. And he's always told me just stay prepared, keep doing what I'm doing, and be ready when my number's called, so that's what I've been doing.
The best thing about this team, we don't care, and he could attest to this. If you're a 4-star, 5-star, 3-star, no star, if you can play, you're going to play. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
If you can play, you're going to play. So that's resounding noise and not just chatter to young men out there that wants to be a part of this program. If you could play, you're going to play. I don't give a darn where you're from, what the star is, because once you come here, all the stars are gone. We don't care about that.
Right.
You got to show up and show out on the field.
Well, one thing that's pretty cool that's been circulating around the internet is that a future Hall of Fame center gave you a little message, Cash. Let's play it in case you guys haven't heard this one yet.
Cash, where'd you play in center? Just want to say from one center to another, best of luck, stay low, And more importantly, hungry dogs run faster. Outwork 'em, baby. Hungry dogs run faster.
I absolutely love it. What does that mean to you when Jason Kelce is giving you some advice there?
It's awesome. You know, getting that shout out from him means a lot because he's one of the best centers to ever play the game of football. Yeah. So seeing that, it's a lot of motivation. Makes you just want to do more and take the extra step of becoming a better offensive lineman.
That's incredible. And you were saying, look, it doesn't matter what star you are.
Yeah.
If you can play, you can play. And boy, can you play. You allowed one pressure in that Texas Tech game. How are you so ready for such a big stage with everything we talked about leading up to you to this point?
Coach Prom, he tells us watch film. We got to have a standard that we hold that you got to have so many hours of film watch. So I try to go above and beyond that standard and watch as many hours as I can. Every off time I have, that's what I'm doing. I'm studying the defense, see what they're doing. One thing I noticed about Texas Tech is that every time they were in cover one, they were bringing pressure. So that's something I noticed I communicated to the guys out there. So just little things like that. When I'm out there, I'm like, I've watched this on film. I know what's coming. So communicating that to the guys, making sure we're on the same page and making sure Tu's protected because when he's protected, we're the most deadly offense in the nation.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on all your success to this point. We can't wait to see the future because we know it's very, very bright.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Cash,
you.
thanks so much for joining us.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
I want to meet Mom and them this week.
I got you, Coach.
All right.
All right, and we are going to take a break. On the other side, we are going to preview Utah. We'll be right back.
Takes a snap. Here comes the pressure. Gets rid of it. He's got his man inside the 5 to the pylon. Touchdown for the lead for BYU. Snap, hold, kick on the way. Kick is good! And a miraculous win for BYU.
Welcome back into Coach Prime's Playbook here. A beautiful Folsom Field, and it's going to be an exciting game Saturday morning, 10 a.m., taking on the Utah Utes, who are having a little bit of an interesting season, coming off an absolutely devastating loss. They lost by 1 point to BYU in a frenzied finish, but this is a team that, let's take a look at them. Their defense is no joke. They lead the nation in third down defense, lead the Big 12 in points allowed. They, of course, were picked to win the Big 12 in the preseason poll, and head coach Kyle Whittingham feeling a little uncomfortable playing in November with not a lot to play for, not what he's used to.
It's been one of the most frustrating season of my career. And to see how they've handled themselves and continue to compete and fight has been awesome to see that happen. The year hasn't turned out anything like we hoped it would or we're expecting, but they've continued to stay in the fight.
Well, as Coach Whittingham says there, I mean, it hasn't turned out how they thought it would, but they've lost the last 3 games by a combined 10 points. Like, they're so close.
Yeah.
How disciplined do you have to be against a team like that?
They're not going to beat themselves.
Yeah.
They're one of the least penalized teams in the Big 12, and he is still, to me, a coaching genius. He is the guy, to me, that you aspire to be as well because he's been so consistent for so many years and he has a great staff. Their woes has been quarterback play. They have a couple quarterbacks that have been banged up and they hadn't gotten the consistency from that position. But other than that, defensively and certain things they do is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. They're still a team that you've got to deal with. They will not beat themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to talk about them defensively specifically. When you look at that, what do you see on tape from these guys?
They get after it. They play a lot of man, which we love. I mean, because we got some good receivers that can get the job done, and we got a quarterback that can flat out spin it. But they're going to bring pressure because they could play man on the other end of that. And it's going to be a task. I mean, I'm sure our game plan is going to be specific, and theirs as well. But we love how we feel defensively versus their offense as well. We like that matchup tremendously.
Which it feels like it has been a great matchup all season long with your defense. One thing that you said after the Texas Tech game, you didn't love how you guys finished.
Right.
So how do you work and fix that for this week?
Well, like today, I think one of the last plays at practice, we didn't have 11 getting to the ball. We stopped, did it over. We didn't have 11 to the ball. We stopped and did it over. We didn't have 11 to the ball. So we did it over until we got 11 to the ball. Because one thing that we got to do is finish. We got to finish plays. We can't do things. We can't do that. We showed them all the statistics of the penalties that we're getting as well, and we can't do stuff. We can't taunt. We can't do nothing because they can do it, but we can't. We're going to get flagged. We're going to get penalized. We're going to get certain calls, and we're not blaming the officials by any means, but you know who we are. We know how we roll.
How hard is that for these guys? I mean, it is the heat of the moment, to remember to not do that.
But we've taught against that kind of stuff. So we've tutored them against that kind of foolishness every single day.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a sack, don't touch the quarterback. You have a sack, I understand, but if he does not have the ball, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just leave him alone. That's
Leave him
simple.
alone. And we can't be upset with it because Shedeur got a few calls that we needed. So it goes both ways.
Right. Okay, I love it. All right, we got to take a break. Coming up on the other side, we're going to talk about an all-time move from Shedeur and get your take on if you've ever done something similar. We'll be right back. Welcome back into Coach Prime's Playbook here at Folsom Field. And we talked about the tortillas, but I think an all-time move from Shedeur is he signed one of those tortillas. This is probably one of the best things I've ever seen. But it got me thinking, what is the weirdest thing, PG version, that you have ever signed?
I'm glad you said that. No, I wouldn't have gone there. I don't sign those. I'm really just straight laced. Like I don't sign other players' jerseys.
Okay.
I only sign my stuff, and I don't sign people's body, like arms, and I don't know, your back. Or I can't do stuff like that. And I don't even write when people have like a jersey on. I can't do that because it's like I'm signing them,
Yeah.
and I don't feel right about that stuff. So I'm a square when it comes to signing stuff.
So nobody's ever asked you to sign their baby?
No.
Oh.
No, they've asked me to take a picture of their baby, and I said I got 5.
You're good.
I'm good.
You don't
good.
need one.
Yeah, I don't need
Anyone
one.
ever try like hand you your baby while you're on the field?
And I hand them right back.
Just get.
Right.
Well, you got hands at least, right?
Right.
That's good.
Yeah. Don't give me your baby. I don't want that.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Well, we're going to have to find something funny for you to sign one of these days. But the tortilla is an all-timer. That's got to go in the Hall of Fame.
That was a good one.
Of things.
They hit us with enough of them.
Oh, enough of them, right. I love it. I love that move. All right, that'll do it for Coach Prime's Playbook. Coach, a privilege as always. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, we will see you Saturday morning, bright and early, 10 o'clock, here to take on Utah.